When last we left our adventurers, Eve clutched tightly onto the black staff and fell unconscious. A brief, almost combat was set forth as Chelavi rushed to her aid. Luckily, Bosch and Aegis were able to talk down the more highly strung Nyla Stulth and the Drow Courier. After which, they deposited Eve in the medical facility that was there and set off to do some business while Jarlaxle and his psionicist ally, Chimera Oblodra, began to examine Eve for the party. Bosch found a drunken Virgil inside the familiar tavern of the Wandering Weasel, as well as an unexpected familiar face in Natasha Yaga, who revealed that she too was a mother of Amaranth. Meanwhile, in the slums, Aegis and Leilani, were wandering the streets on patrol when Leilani confided in Aegis to seek assistance with a voice who had been commanding her to help it collect information. Upon the reveal of this betrayal, the voice decided that it wasn't too happy and immediately tried to kill Leilani. But in the process of Aegis trying to defend Leilani from this force, became infected as well. Aegis took Leilani to their own abode, where they rested before, when the morrow came, Aegis went back to the medical facility to seek the aid of Jarlaxle and his psionicist, upon which was revealed that not much can be done against an Elder Brain, but something they had in the works for Eve just might help. And so, when the party reconvened, the plan was revealed that a joining was happening between Eve and the staff, and the place in the middle might be where the party might be able to do something if only they were there, to which the psionicist offered their services to transport the consciousness of the party into this joining between the Black Staff and their friend Eve Harkat. Upon arriving, they see Eve reading a book inside of the familiar to some Black Staff Tower. But before we get to that, Virgil, you're a little hungover from the previous night. Bosch had knocked on the door when you were still in the process of waking up and said that they were going to back to the wizard school at Tiabreshi. You had told them that you would catch up, and it's been a little while, and and much as you would like to stay in bed, you get the feeling that perhaps you should rejoin your companions. You don't really know what's happened in the past couple of hours. Virgil?
You're still muted. Um, so he'll get up, gather his belongings, and make his way down to the entrance/exit of the Wandering Weasel.
Ah, good morning, Virgil.
Hey, Daman. Oh, um, I overheard Bosch say that they're going to some school.
Oh, yes. The home of the arcane here in Menzo Baranzan. It's just to the north of here, not too far away. I believe you had
Alright,
mentioned
so.
that you had been there just before coming here.
Oh, okay, so it's that place again. Alright. Well, appreciate the drinks. Definitely needed them.
Of course.
Um, Take care, Daman, and it was nice seeing you again.
It was nice to see you as well. And you exit the Wandering Weasel. Can you go ahead and roll me a perception check as you exit the tavern and begin your walk down the streets? A natural 20. Immediately, without even missing it, you, being alone, you kind of get into your own groove, and you very quickly realize that you are being followed.
Um, is it one figure or multiple figures?
That, even with a natural 20, is hard to tell.
Oh, bitch. Okay,
I will say, with the natural 20, you can tell that it is, they are drow, definitely roguish types that seem to be kind of shadowing you and making note of your passing.
okay, well, I would, this is gonna be difficult, but fuck, it's worth a shot. Virgil's going to try to kind of go full Assassin's Creed and like mingle within the people and like use some of the buildings and stalls and stuff to his advantage as much as possible to try and give them the slip for just a brief second.
Okay. Go ahead and. Yeah, roll a stealth check. And go ahead and give me another perception check. You wander and weave through the crowds, going in tight loops and circles and doubling back. But unfortunately, you look around and you no longer see them, but you're uncertain as to how successful your efforts were. But you no longer see them.
He just sits, contemplates for a second, and he will. he will use his shadow touch ability and go invisible.
Okay, you go invisible. I presume from there you would try to get to the...
Yeah, I would try to make my way to the school where everyone else is.
Alright. You begin wandering through the halls and eventually find your way back to the office where Nyla Stuth was, only to find it empty. So, if you would like to look around to try and find your companions, or if you'd like to do something else...
Just out of curiosity, is there any, like, documentation on her desk?
You can see there's actually a couple of desks in this kind of room. There's one main one that you saw Nyla Stuth kind of standing and presiding on, but there's another one kind of off to the side as well, kind of against a wall.
He would just take, like, a gander, not messing with anything on the desk or just skimming the cover of whatever pages are exposed to see if there's any information that could benefit the party or give us some insight of what their plans may have been with the staff.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. A 6. Looking around, it seems like a lot of information with the Black Staff seems to be a bit tight-lipped and doesn't seem to be wanting to be loose and about. So unfortunately, you don't find any information about the Black Staff, but upon the side desk, you find what looks to be research into that of echoes and other versions of reality. It seems that what you find is that they were looking into other solutions, and one of them was to try and find essentially a timeline that had successfully defeated Stillhavity and get the information on how to do it from them. Unfortunately, the information, the research doesn't seem to be complete, as they have yet to devise a spell that would even let them reach across. But it does look like there is the startings of one. And you also see that these papers are signed in Y instead of in S.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me a curveball for a second. Just skimming over the desks and not finding much information, he will stick to priority one, and that is regrouping with the others, and he will try to find it.
All right, give me a survival with advantage. You walk out and immediately pick up on the familiar scent of your friends, connecting with that sort of darker side of you, and are able to follow it and very quickly find the infirmary, where you see all of your allies are currently lying in beds. You see Jarl Axel, you see another drow that you're not familiar with, you see Nyla Stuth, and you also see a very young Natasha Yaka. As well as Chelovy's there as well. But everyone else is lying down on beds. And you can see that the other drow seems to be focusing on some sort of spell.
Do my allies seem to be in some form of pain or like bedridden for injuries of some type?
They look asleep.
I will approach and just observe, see what's going on for a few seconds, close to maybe a minute or two, and then make my presence known.
You kind of lurk there for a moment. Oh, that's right. I forgot Tia also didn't go in. Tia's also there. So many people. But Jarlaxle actually kind of looks up and notices you, just like, I told you I'd find them, didn't I?
Yeah, but I figure they'd be in a better state than this, but...
Oh, they're fine. Gamorio here is just performing a little mind magic.
Oh, that's all just a little mind magic. Okay.
Well, yes, your friends have entered the collective conscious between Eve, your friend Eve, and the Blackstaff here.
What the hell's wrong with Eve?
Oh, from what I understand, she grabbed the staff and immediately fell unconscious. They're more or less trying to figure out what's going on. Gamoriel, do you think you can join them? Gamoriel looks over, very annoyed at Jarlaxle, and nods reluctantly. Do you want to hop in there?
Yeah, since I can't do anything from this side to help you right now. Instead of getting on a bed, I'll just pull a chair next to wherever Eve is at and kind of sit next to her. And just look at this drow that's performing this ritual and give him a nod, and he closes his eyes and prepares himself for whatever about to fucking happen.
As soon as you sort of consent to this magic, you kind of feel your consciousness slowly ebb away and you drift off. So the rest of you stand in this tower. You can see that there are scatterings of books and these statues about, and you have seen your goal, Eve, standing, or rather sitting on a chair with a book. I will let you know, Virgil, when you arrive, as you are a little late.
Seeing this, Aegis kind of yells up, Eve! Trying to get your attention.
Eve had been very absorbed in her reading and only now notices that anybody is there. And she glances up at this and smiles and gives a little wave. Is everyone very far away?
They're just kind of down the hall in the central area.
Oh, hello! Hi, everyone! You wanna come on in?
I think so. Are you doing okay?
She smiles. She looks very relaxed. Probably more relaxed than you've seen her in a while. Oh, yes, I'm fine. Oh, there are so many interesting tomes in here. I've been learning some very interesting things. Kind of holds up the book that she's reading.
What is the book?
The title is... it just says it has The Seven Sisters scrawled across the front. Wow, there's some very interesting information in here. I mean, I've been browsing a bunch of tomes while I've been here, to be perfectly honest, but this one has some very interesting details. Did you know that there are supposed daughters of the goddess Mistra in Faerun? And one of them is... Oh, you know!
Yes, it's a good read. This is probably the first time you've seen Aegis with a smile on his face as well. Not the very hard and cold demeanor.
Leilani kind of is giving him some weird side-eye.
I'm sure.
To disrupt what you're doing, but, you remember how you got here?
Oh, well, yeah. I think so. I grabbed the staff, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I really am not sure what came over me, but it worked out alright. Here I am. Do you wanna have a seat and check out some of these interesting tomes with me?
I would love to, but I think that we have something to do. Kind of looks to the rest of you.
I mean, we do, but not really sure what we do from here.
This place is very reminiscent of the tower. If he just kind of looks at like another corridor, like what else do I see?
Looking down each of these hallways, you can see that each of the hallways lead to their own library of sorts, each holding different tomes and such. Leilani, you were also looking around, so to anyone looking around the area, I'd like a perception check from them.
Okay.
Double of the same.
Is Bosch looking around, or?
Less concerned with the environment than with Eve. Do you allow an insight check just to see if it seems like anything weird is up with her?
Sure, you can roll an insight check.
Should I roll something? As Eve?
No.
Okay.
Don't know that it matters with a 10.
with a 10, I mean, even with a 10, it's weird that, given all of that happened, it's weird that she's calm, but other than that, it seems like Eve.
I guess
And-
another thing to ask is, because of the eye patch, is there anything I'm getting from Detect Magic?
So when you try to tune into the magical thing, you're kind of, it's like there's a soft hum of magic through the whole thing. Like it's all magic.
Okay.
It's just a general glow of magic to the entire place. Nothing very specific pops out. And also, one thing you would note is you don't sense any specific schools either. Leilani, you got a 23. And with that 23, you see something interesting in the southernmost room. You see, walking past, almost a ghostly image of a human walking about with a staff very reminiscent of the black staff that you've seen.
She kind of, oh, well, I don't know who's closest, but
That would be Datura.
she kind of like smacks the arm of Datura and points in that direction wordlessly.
What?
Do you mean what? You have eyes, don't you? Go ahead and look. You see that over there?
By the
Bold
time
of
that
you to assume.
By the time that you point out to Datura what you saw, the image already passed out of sight.
You're not alone in here. There's someone walking around with us. Someone holding a staff that looks familiar. They don't look all here, if you know what I mean.
Yes, that is a very impressive wall. I can definitely see where you'd get a person with a staff out of that.
Slowly turns her head to just stare up at the shadowed helmet. You really don't work well with others, do you?
Hey,
No
Eve,
response.
have you seen anybody else in here?
Oh, well, I mean, sure. Just, who I talked to when I was originally here. But it's pretty quiet in here. Very good atmosphere for reading. Which makes sense, considering all this.
I mean, yeah. Who did you talk to?
Oh, just me.
Bosch, was it? Does this companion of yours have a history of being calm and collected after having their minds hijacked by artifacts?
Hijacked is a strong term. Also, I'm right here. You can talk to me as well. Hi.
That's not a kind of thing that happens often, but do seem really calm about this.
I mean, it's not like anything really bad's happened. I mean,
Except
look,
for
passed
your
out for
physical
hours.
body wasting away.
And did I hear that right? You said before? You've been here before?
before. Oh, no. I meant when I first got here.
Do you mind if I look at some of these books?
Oh, yeah, check this one out. Kind of like turns the book around and holds it out for you and is kind of pointing at one particular area of the book. Now, this is the part that's really interesting about this ability that the daughters of Mistra have. Known colloquially, well, I'll let you read it for yourself.
I want to do an insight check, but I'm just going to look at it.
You look at the book?
Yeah.
So, you look at the book, and it is a general book about the Seven Sisters, or the Daughters of Mistra. And the specific part that Eve is pointing to refers to an ability that the Seven Sisters seem to share. This ability known as Spellfire, or sometimes as Soulfire. And even more lessly known, but is still one of the names of it, sometimes referred to as Mistra's Wrath. It is a ability that they can use to heal allies and smite foes alike. Flames that carry no heat and yet can do a great many things.
It is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, I don't remember if I had time to mention this to you fellas, actually. Back when we were at the palace in Prismere? Did I mention seeing something interesting back there? Some jars?
There's a lot of stuff.
But the jars that I saw in there, there were 3 of them, and from what I was getting, because the Nosferatu also checked them out, they seemed to be showing like the past, present, and future of the person who was looking at them, right? And it was really strange, because the present one showed me, just, me, normal. The future one, well, the past one showed an older looking me, which is weird as well, and the future one...
She turns the book back around towards her and just stares down at the page curiously.
The future one showed this white, silvery flame. And I looked at it and I thought, Soulfire, and that's really weird, because I don't remember reading about this before, and I don't know why that's in my future, and don't you think this is interesting information, considering?
Bosch, roll an insight check.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
With an 11, you are uncertain as to why. But the term Wrath of Mistra is important for some reason.
It is real interesting.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what other interesting stuff we can find in here.
After doing a look around, just generally at the halls, and hearing Eve talking about this, kind of like slowly walking over in that direction, there is quite many books here of all different types. Huh.
Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for some fun reading, I'd recommend an overview of the planes of existence. That one's really great. Already read through that one myself. Did you know that there's a river Styx that runs through the lower planes that removes the memories of anyone who touches it? They say that the memories of all those who have lost them in the river have settled onto the banks and are present in the sands there. Isn't that cool?
Huh. I didn't know that.
I'd love to see that myself someday.
At this point, Leilani pipes up. She's like,
Yeah, that's real interesting and all. Aren't we here for a reason?
Yeah, we are. Is there a way out?
Eve tilts her head and shrugs.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really tried to go anywhere.
I guess we can start now. Better late than never.
We want to just kind of do a circle, see if there's a door.
Yeah, I'll start looking around, and remember, guys, keep your eyes peeled for.
Kind of knocks on the side of her head. This is Leilani, mind you.
We don't know when or if that thing is going to show up. Better to be ready for it.
Yes, indeed. Good thinking, Leilani.
Her expression just goes a little disgusted as she looks over at Aegis.
Yeah, thanks.
Bosh, you walked into that room. Upon entering this room, looking around, you can see a sort of very general, standard sort of library, but one of the books seems to be glowing.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Oh, and I don't know that Aegis has that thing, so. I will just spell that out though, like,
Hey, there's a glowing book in here. I don't know if I want to touch it. Hey, Eve,
Glorious.
did you read the glowing book?
Glowing book?
Never mind.
Starts wandering over there.
Honorable DM, could you grant me vision whenever it is convenient?
Oh no, you didn't have vision?
uh-oh.
I have a nice black square. A big black
Whoops.
map square.
Ah, that is because your token was not assigned to you. How's that?
Thank you. I'm gonna refresh it and find it.
I see you rush over and shove her to the ground. Just kidding.
Still dark.
Still dark? Damn. Maybe I didn't give proper vision. Dynamic lighting. Oh, I did give. Yep, there we go. How's that?
Oh, much better, thank you.
Excellent. Aegis, upon entering that room, it's a lot more, a bit more dark, and a bit more sinister, but motes of purple light in the corners that are kind of nice. But once again, on one of the bookshelves, you see a glowing book.
Ah. Kind of appreciating the architecture and the nice mood lighting of the purple lights. Aegis calls up, I see another glowing book as well, as he goes over to try and pick it up.
And Bosch and Eve? Doing anything
How
with
high?
your book?
How high up is it?
It's reachable.
Even for a halfling?
Yes, even for a halfling. Although you might need to get on your tippy toes.
Eve will immediately beeline for it, get on her tippy toes, and take it off the shelf.
You sure? Oh, okay.
I assume you take it and crack it open?
Look at the title first, if there is one.
There is a title. Samark Dazunshin.
Does that have
Needs
an
some
origin
spelling.
in a particular language?
You would recognize it as a name, of which you can roll a history check on.
Oops, that shouldn't be advantage.
With a 12, it sounds familiar. Definitely a name you heard in Waterdeep somewhere.
Interesting. Yeah, she'll crack it.
Cool. You open it, and there are no words.
Well,
Because
that's boring.
an illusion springs forth from the book. Displaying into the room, you see a human man. Nothing particularly defining to him other than you see 3 parallel scars on the right side of his face. He also holds the image of the black staff in his hands.
Eve excitedly taps Bosch's arm. Oh, look, you see that? This must be a previous black staff.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. You know who he is? I guess he's the Black Staff, but other than that,
I don't know, I've heard the name before, I think, but I can't for the life of me remember much else.
you think that him on the book is his name?
I'd assume so. Did we? Mhm.
Do you have any idea, like, how many Black Staffs there have been?
Do I?
Yes, you would know. You would know that there have been 7 black staffs,
Seven total.
with the most recent being Vajrasvar.
Okay,
Same number as the Sisters of... yeah, the Daughters of Mistra, that's interesting.
that's not normally my thing, but, there are 8 rooms, and you touch the staff.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a glowing book in the room you were in.
Yeah, not that I noticed. Do you think that's the one that's reserved for the newest black staff or something?
I think that's exactly what it is.
Mm. Well, they'll have a nice cozy room to move into when they take on that role. It's quite nice in there.
It's the room you were in.
Uh-huh. He blinks.
I think it's your room.
Oh, that's... Bosh, I'm not a wizard. Black staffs are very powerful wizards, you know?
Okay. I don't know. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I mean...
Look at more books or something.
Yeah. Huh.
Aegis, you
Yes.
grab the book on your shelf.
Yes, I do.
On the title of this one, you see Kairani Agarivar. Agavar. I can't pronounce yet. Spelled like that.
Oh. Agravar,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Karani Agravar.
You may roll a history check, if you wish.
Okay.
I can't help but hear the narrator of Aladdin say, Agriba.
Oh,
need to
I'm
stop
back
it.
to I'm back to flipping a coin.
You truly are.
Oh
on
my god, why?
On a natural 20, you immediately recognize the name of the third Black Staff. You know that they were a subject of some debate, given that she was a half-drow, and at the time there was still a lot of stigmatism towards drow. But she was a very successful Black Staff. Having been made several, she actually is the one that created a lot of the traditions of the Black Staffs, with a lot of magical aid to it, as well as a lot of connections with the politics of Waterdeep, being connected with the Open Lord and such.
Ah, interesting. And takes the book, he doesn't open it yet, and walks out to the main hall.
You look down as you leave. The book does not come with you.
Oh.
It kind of vanishes from your hands, and you look back and you can see that it's back up on the shelf.
It looks like the books don't want to go. They stay in their respective halls. Looking over the corridor where he sees Eve and Bosch, I found the third Black Staff's book, Karani Agravar.
Oh, neat. Yeah, we found a black staff as well. And it seems to have an interesting illusion tied to it as well.
I didn't open mine. I'll go back to see. But I have a question.
Mhm.
Who's the name of this Black Staff that you found?
It seems to be Samark Damasko.
Do I know which?
Letting the Nat 20 ride through this one, you know that was the 6th.
That was the 6th Black Staff in history.
That's why it sounds familiar.
The second most recent one. Calling out to you, Leilani. Did you find a glowing book in that hall?
Hold your horses, I'm looking.
Sure enough, there is one.
Yeah, there's one here.
I'm sure that one is also another Black Staff.
Pops it off the shelf.
This one is simply titled Ashimam.
Ashima.
I hate elven names so much.
Wow, this person's fancy. They've only got one name. Opens it up.
You open up the book to see a half-elven man, very hawkish features. Notable thing about him is he's got sigils and runes that cover his neck and shoulders, and typical with his elven side, he is completely clean-shaven, and his hair goes nearly to the ground.
There's a book about a guy. Why are we looking at these?
There might be something here relating to them that's important.
Puts the book back.
I shall go back and open up the book to the north. Kind of walking all the way back to open up the book.
Opening up that book, you are greeted by the sight of a feminine half-drow woman. Tall, slender, a bit more pointed ears than most half elves. Would almost look like a full drow if you hadn't known. As well as her eyes are also telling, because they are not the typical dark red that you've been seeing around Menzo Baranzan, but instead blue.
Kind of takes a moment and ponders each of these rooms representing a Blackstaff member. And I know he's trying to keep his mind away from or to keep his mind happy in muddled thoughts, but it does cross over in thinking about, was he ever told by Nyla Stuhlf about the Blackstaff and Amaranth? Or did he ever find out?
No, you were never told about Amaranth in any capacity.
Okay.
But I will say that as you kind of go along that train of thought, you know, as well as everyone else does, that the last Blackstaff was Vajra.
The last Blackstaff was... Oh!
Oh,
Oh?
you good, Josh?
All good. Just my voice was, well, my audio was going in and out, so I hopped back in to try and make it stop.
Okay.
Ah.
The last Blackstaff was Vosh, you said?
The last Blackstaff is Vajra.
Vosh.
The seventh Blackstaff, you know.
Two things. One, I'm concerned with Eve back in that room. She's not glowing, is she?
No.
Oh, and it looks like you had similar thoughts to me. I was gonna yell down the hall. Yeah, just on a hunch, Eve. Maybe look for a book that's called Amaranth.
Oh, Amaranth. Right. I mean, I'll check it out.
And before going in the next hallway, I'll keep looking for the other books. There's got to be something here.
Ilana, you saw somebody in here, right? Haven't seen them again?
Not that I've noticed. We haven't really gone that way, though.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, Leilani. As you mention that, just out of the corner of your eye, you see a shadowy figure kind of looming above you before very quickly retreating and kind of melting into the ground beneath you.
Hisses and whips out. Oh, her daggers are gone. Whips out her rapier and points it at the ceiling. You said it melded into the ground?
Melded into the ground, yes.
So it went from the ceiling to the ground somehow?
It was tall and looming over you, over the just outside your vision, and then just sort of melted into the ground.
I haven't seen the human figure, but it looks like we've got more company. Why skulk around in the shadows, huh, coward? Show yourself.
Spins in slow circles, looking around at the ceiling and floor.
Looking around, you only see Daitura and Bosch.
I don't like this.
I didn't. Anybody? Who were you talking to?
Leilani, why are you spinning over there?
Everyone be on your guard. Look in the corners of your vision for any shadowy looming figures. I just saw something very large lurking in here.
I have heard the phrase jumping at shadows, but I figured that was common to human children.
Tilts her head.
But I am a child.
Daitura, as you enjoy yourself, can I have a deck save?
I can certainly try.
A 21. You get the distinct feeling like you should step over to the side.
And immediately does that.
Right, just in time for Virgil to land in the space.
Because that's what we needed more of.
By the way, I should mention, if you haven't already marked down a long rest, Troy, do mark that down.
Yeah.
But yes, but you have landed in a in 8-pointed room, and you see all of your friends and then some.
Ah. Greetings, other Virgil.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Where the hell are we?
Welcome to the party, Thin Blood.
We are looking for glowing books of the previous Black Staff members at the moment.
For some reason, when we should be trying to find a way out of here.
Guess we haven't done a whole circle. We'd just kind of do that.
Careful, that's where I saw someone.
You're just gonna kind of walk around trying to find Eve.
You see her. She's standing off, sitting down in a chair, reading a book.
I don't like those maps. There's too much shit that glows. He'll make his way over to Eve.
Alright. Aegis. You find another book, obviously. This one, titled Vajra Safar.
Ah, yes. Opening it up.
You open it up, and you see the familiar visage of Vajra Safar. But this illusion is a little different. You see that the illusion not only shows her, but herself in a sort of in a different area within a different section of the Blackstaff Tower, running upstairs. She seems to be speaking to someone behind her, indicating them to follow them. Before eventually there is a huge explosion that cuts off the vision of the illusion of Vajra Safar.
And it's... I can only see Vajra. I don't see anything else.
You don't see anyone else, no.
Does she look panicked?
She does, yes.
And I do know about the assault on Blackstaff Tower.
You do.
These must be the last moments of the last Blackstaff. He also wants to inspect the book just to see if there's not anything else that he's not seen at the moment.
Nothing else shows themselves to you.
Quite curious. Walks out to the main hall again and goes down in order.
All right. Bosch and Leilani. Once again, glowing book.
Leilani's just scanning the room to make sure there isn't anyone else in here. She has no interest in the book.
Josh will look at the title of the book.
All right. You look at the title of the book, and this title is Kelvin Arunson.
Okay. Kelvin with a K.
And Leilani, you can give me another perception check. 11.
I'd have advantage because of my goggles.
Oh. Well, an 18. Well, then you are able to, once again, glance and out of the periphery of your vision, see that shadow once again looming above you, and as you turn to face it, it sinks away.
Stabs after it as it's sinking away with the rapier.
One of these times you'll be too slow. Keep it up.
I mean, I know you don't like it, but these might not be hostile.
Looks over at Bosch.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't remember hearing about anything in this place that would not be hostile. We know of at least one enemy who's in here. With us. Possibly, anyway. Better to be safe than sorry, right?
I guess that's a good point. You know anybody called Elvin Aronson?
Kelvin Aronson.
There are?
You can roll a history check.
Not with advantage. That one's not with advantage.
But you still rolled a 17 first. You would know that Kelvin Aronson was the first Blackstaff.
Oh yeah, that was the first guy, wasn't he?
Oh, me. If he looks fancy.
I'll open the book.
You open the book, and you see a human man, tall, pretty well defined, a lot more than you would usually associate with a wizard, dressed in robes and has black hair and a full beard. And yeah, he stands there holding a black staff. And Leilani, you would actually immediately recognize that this is the person you saw walk by in this room.
Leilani had kind of been facing away from the room and already heading back out into the hallway, but she stops and turns around.
That's the one. That's the one I saw wandering around in here.
Was it in this room that she saw a figure?
Yes.
Oh.
And you see what I mean about maybe they're not immediately hostile? It's the guy's room.
Yeah, but that one feels... It feels different.
Right, Max? The looming, huge, shadowy figure didn't
Much different.
seem... Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
That one didn't feel like just some humanoid ghost wandering around. That one felt gross.
Well, then maybe that's that other one.
I think so.
I mean, if we're in the Blackstaff, or well, no, I guess we're not there. We're in Eve's mind.
We're in the middle
I don't know.
somewhere is what they said back there, I think.
Yeah. I mean, maybe these guys can help us fight that other thing.
Gives a dubious look to the room.
Hey, Mr. Blackstaff, Kelvin Aaron son, person. You here? You willing to give us a little bit of help?
Like what?
Whoa! She really looked like she was just playing along.
No one has asked any of these illusions anything.
Oh, the illusion is talking.
Oh, you're alive. Kinda. Not
Kind
really,
of.
huh? Hey, so how do we get out of here? Oh, and also, have you noticed anything weird and shadowy hanging around in here?
Not her, or
I was about
other
to say, was she talking
guy.
about herself?
Giggles and waves.
Not little old me. Something much bigger. Something actually threatening.
No, usually this place is for prepping the mind of a Blackstaff. But something seems to have gone wrong by evidence of you being here.
Yeah. Your friend held the staff and passed out. She's actually in the next room. He doesn't have a book. This might be assuming a lot, but it feels like maybe that room's for her.
That is an interesting question.
What?
Because
Can you guys leave your rooms?
No, this is my area. My son saw fit to make sure that we couldn't drive the new ones mad.
Okay. I mean, would you do that if you could?
We have. It is a lot to become the Archmage of Blackstaff Tower, after all.
So, like what? You try to drive them mad intentionally, like some sort of weird hazing ritual, or it just kind of happens?
We need to test their mettle. Make sure they are truly worthy of the title.
Oh, that sounds very righteous. How many minds have you broken in the process?
Actually, none, surprisingly.
Oh, that's boring.
We came close a couple times, but all have persevered.
Doesn't sound so hard then.
And all have risen to their own moments of we could go with that word righteousness, although I prefer glory.
Ugh. Yeah, all horseshit. All of it. Anyway, how do we get out? We're not interested in your righteousness or glory. We have our own stuff to attend to. More important stuff.
Well,
Kind of rephrase that. We are kind of concerned about our friend and this urgent stuff outside.
well, I would say that the current Blackstaff needs to let you all out.
Okay,
The current one?
Yes.
what if nobody's that
They're all dead.
now?
That doesn't feel correct. But it doesn't... That is interesting.
Hey Eve, you should probably... Bet you want to talk to this guy. Not a book, but I think he's better.
Before we cut to that, Aegis, you wandered into another room.
Yep.
another book.
Another book?
This one is labeled as Krehalan Arasun.
Okay. The second black staff, I take it?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
With a 6, maybe. Definitely has the same last name as the first one.
I think I skimmed over this one. Opens up the book.
You see a human man, not dark of hair, this one, and actually clean shaven, but actually has silver hair, much like you've seen on someone else.
Huh. Wonder if they're related. And puts the book and closes the book and puts it away as he moves to the next room.
All right. And in that room, you find another set of books, or rather, one book.
Okay. Looking at the name.
This one is Tessara Shadrin. Yes, I think that's what it is.
That is an elf name if I've ever heard one.
Yep. Another feminine half elf.
Opens up the book.
You see a half elf with long curly auburn hair, hazel eyes, and you see a intricate tattoo upon her forehead with a green gem at its center. And you can roll me a history check on this one.
Okay. He's really curious about that green gem.
13. This is actually the second black staff.
Ah.
And as for the gem, you would get this only because it is an elven thing. It is a Kyra? Elven words, man.
Yeah.
Kiira. And you would know.
Yeah, Kyra?
You would know that is actually Elven for lore gem. And it is a magical gem used for storing knowledge. And was an old fashioned way of like elven spellbooks. Not really used nowadays, but
Aegis actually touches the green pendant that's around his neck, looking at the gem that Sisara has on her forehead. Huh. Kind of takes a moment and just like stares.
as you stare, Virgil, you approach Eve, who, right off the bat, does not seem to be in a hurry to go anywhere as they read a book.
Eve,
Oh,
what the hell are you doing?
oh, Virgil. Oh, hi. Oh, sorry, got distracted. Good to see you here. Kind of like closes the book, but like in that way where you close the book on your fingers, so you still have the page. Listen, I wanted to apologize for earlier. I shouldn't have snapped at you like that. I mean, I was having a bit of a rough time, but that's no excuse to turn on people who are trying to be helpful. You were right, by the way. The stool that we saw and met, she's not the same one.
Fine,
So-
great. I
So I
don't
didn't
care
give her
about
the
that
thing.
right now.
Oh, okay.
And he looks around at this like room that he's in and the place that he just got dropped into. Eve, I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna try and pretend like I have any answer whatsoever. But something's not right.
Oh.
You're not really here.
Kind of furrows her brows a little bit and tilts her head. Gestures around at the room.
I mean, but here we are,
Yeah,
right?
I'm here, and I think everyone else is because of a spell someone is casting right now. You're laying on a bed, unconscious. I don't know if any of this is real. I don't know if this is what's in your head or if it has to do something with that fucking stick that you're holding on to.
Well,
We're here to get you out, and we need you to help us with that.
I mean, it seems to be real to some extent because I've been able to learn new things in here that I didn't know before. Like about, I mentioned to the others about Mistra's daughters and this interesting ability they have that uses soul fire. And anyway, I didn't know anything about that before, so, you can't learn something out of nowhere, right? And who knows what other useful stuff might be in here to learn. But I mean, if you want to leave, I guess we can start looking around for that. The other seems to be looking for a place to get out of already, so, I'm sure that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, I came in to get you out. Everyone else can tag along in that process. But you're the mission right now, and we need you to get out. And we also need you to let go of the fucking stick. I don't know how you're going to do that, but you've been in here, obviously, the longest. Please tell me you've done other things than read books.
Virgil, my friend,
Yeah, I know,
can
stupid
spend
question.
a very long time reading books. Like, there have been spans of time, I've gotten a lot better, but there used to be spans of time where I'd go for days reading and forget to, eat sometimes, or sleep.
Yeah, I
Luckily,
remember how
that
you
doesn't
were
happen
in the
so much
beginning.
anymore.
I don't forget things that simply. But we're here for you. You're priority number one. Now, I know how enticing all these books for you to read would be, but whatever information, whatever thing, this Mistra fire, whatever it is, I would suggest finding as much information on that as possible, and then moving on from this place as fast as possible.
I mean, sure, if that's what you want to do, we can. Yeah.
I'm just here to help you, alright?
That's very kind of you, Virgil. I appreciate that, especially, after I was kind of a dick earlier.
We were both, okay? Not just you, it was me as well. Just everything has not been going the way I would like it to go. And this is just another bump in our road, so
Yeah.
I'm really wanting to help an old friend of mine out right now. And right now, you're unconscious in a bed, holding a stick, and we're in here through a spell. I don't know how long we have.
Eve comes over and, pats Virgil on the arm with a relaxed smile.
Don't worry, Virgil. I'm sure everything's gonna be alright.
I wish I had your optimism, but in this place, nothing seems alright. Just please, whatever you need to look at or do, we gotta do it with a little bit more haste.
Okay, I'll try to focus a little more. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just, like I said, I don't know how long we have, and I don't want you to be stuck in here.
I mean, I don't know if stuck is the right word. I'm just kind of hanging out, but, I get what you mean. I get it. I got, a nice friendly invitation and everything, though, so I don't think that it's, oh, I'm stuck in here. It's really bad. It's, But anyway, yeah, we can look for
this place without you. I'm not talking about where we're at right now. I'm talking about where we landed through the spell. We're all making it back home, damn it. I'm gonna try my damnedest to get you back to see everyone.
Right. Right. Okay, then let's look around and see if we can't figure it out then.
As you say this, you hear Bosch call out about finding a much more interesting illusion, and at that same moment, one of the books in here begins to glow.
Ooh.
In fact, two books begin to glow in here.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I would also like Aegis and Daitora to roll perception checks. Aegis may do so with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, Aegis' roll came in immediately. I'm
Yeah.
now realizing, because I thought that was the history check and I was waiting for nothing. My apologies. Anyway,
no worries.
now that I have those, Eve, you may continue. Mm-hmm.
This is fine.
Totally fine.
Oh, this is
So
interesting.
anyways,
You've been here a hot minute. Do books normally do that?
Oh, well, apparently there are some other glowing books in the other chambers that have, the names of the Blackstaffs in them, and illusions that are cool with them as well, but there wasn't any in this room before, so that's interesting.
She'll go over and pluck one of them from the shelf.
Cool.
I'm, right behind her.
You pluck one off the shelf, and on the cover, it says, amaranth, Stuart.
Blinks. Oh, that's not right. She'll open it up.
You open it up, and the illusion that appears is no one. Instead, you see a scene before you of what looks to be the aftermath of an explosion. And you see a body lying next to the black staff, the body of Vajra Safar. And you watch as, picking themselves out of the rubble, you see what looks like Eve, but not quite. She wears a bit more wizardly robes and is definitely a lot taller and looks to be human. As she goes over and picks up the staff and begins to chant an incantation, channeling very powerful magic, and as she casts it, the illusion fades.
Oh, so that's who she was. Huh.
So that's your echo.
I mean, I guess so.
Okay.
I wondered what she was doing in here.
I'm more wondering what she was casting. I mean, there's that other one. You want to grab it too?
As you go for the other book, Daitora, with your very high perception check, you notice something behind you on the northern side of the room that you're in. This small little blue bead of light that elongates into a wide line, and immediately you feel the magic of plane shifting before you as the line splits itself and a gate appears as two purple squid-faced individuals step forward.
Attention all, mind flayers, to the ready.
Everyone roll initiative.
Whoa.
I'm so sick and tired of time travel and fucking squid. This is like, no, I'm done. I have 2 campaigns that involve this.
So tired of these motherfucking squids in my motherfucking time zone.
Ooh. Rolled like shit on both of them.
Rolled like shit on one of them. One of them got a natural 1 on their initiative.
Ooh. Hey, me too.
Yeah, but you have a better bonus.
Yeah.
Do I have everyone?
You're not forgetting Tia because she's not here.
Correct.
What about Pebs?
Pebs ain't here either.
Chalabi didn't go in, right?
Correct.
Shelby's is watching you.
Yeah, Chalabi was worried that her connection to still having would be a problem with this.
Right.
Since she also has psionic abilities.
Mm-hmm.
She was worried about that kind of interface. Anyway, Daitora, you are ready. Being just this hound ready to go.
He immediately runs up to this one, and then from the ground over here, Leilani sees the same looming shadow from before rise from the ground.
Oh, you fucker.
Yep.
And he's gonna put 2 attacks into this one.
Yeah, those hits.
And then I will burn one of my Unleash Incarnations to have the Echo make 1 attack on that one. Bless the dice gods.
Oh.
I was worried they'd make Dater look like a chump, but
I mean, they still could do that.
it'll happen. But that is the turn, I believe.
All right. Bosch, you are unfortunately under the surprise condition. Aegis, you also passed your perception that you only got because you got a really big headache that told you they were coming. As they pulled on the string that connected with your mind to this location. So yeah, you know they're here.
It's time. And in a graceful turnaround as bonus action, Blade Song comes up. And yeah. Wasting no time as quickly moving to behind the Daturas. The strike of the whip as Booming Blade comes forth.
The left one or the right one?
The left one.
Alright.
And there was a way to cast it with the weapon, right?
Yes, if you get that sidebar with the weapon after clicking on it, there's like a little button for Beyond 20
okay.
down next to Booming Blade.
I see it.
Yeah, 25 hits.
And
16, damn.
16. Almost like a spear as it straightens out and strikes at the Mind Flayer on the left. And a regular whip strike following quickly thereafter.
Alright, a soft 20 hits. Dealing 9. That one on the left looks messed up. Like, it exited the portal, was about to have its, like, big moment of, like, obliterating all of you with its psionic power, and you, between Daitor and Aegis, those two alone, just completely, pow, 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 just beat down this Mind Flayer. Still standing, but wow.
Poor buddy.
Poor buddy, indeed. Does that conclude Aegis' turn?
Yes, that is it. Actually, he would take a few... Would he? No, he would stay there.
Alright. So Mind Flayer's turn. This Mind Flayer is going to shift over here, and I need Daitora, Aegis, Virgil, and Eve to all make me intelligence saving throws.
Oh no, we're lined up.
This is not a spell.
Oh god.
As
This
it
is gonna be
unleashes
bad.
a blast of psionic energy.
Not good.
Yep, that's not good. Ooh, that's especially not good.
Yeah.
You are all blasted by the Mind Flayer's Mind Blast. So... Ooh, that's
Wait,
bad.
is that a straight line?
It's a cone.
Ah, shit. Well, let me roll separately for the echo. Or no, it uses mine. It'll just use mine.
It's probably not going to matter because it deals 20 points of psychic damage.
Oof.
And this is the part that really sucks. You are now all stunned.
Oh.
Oh god.
Welcome to the part that makes Mind Flayer scary. You may repeat the saving throw at the end of your turns, but until then, you are stunned.
I don't like that.
Leilani, you are surprised. Eve, you are stunned. You may roll an intelligence saving throw. That is a success. You end the stun condition almost as immediately as it began. But that, unfortunately, is the end of your turn. Virgil, you may roll another intelligence saving throw. 14 is, unfortunately, one under what you need. So, unfortunately, you are still stunned. The other Mind Flayer, Daitora, you are racked with immense psychic pain as you watch the Mind Flayer that you were laying into as their tentacles reach out. Yeah, that is a 24 to hit.
That'll do it.
As the tentacles begin to wrap around you, tightening their grasp. You take... Wow, I'm rolling really good on the dice. You take 22 psychic damage and are now grappled by the Mind Flayer.
Yikes.
I'm so glad this character has the tough feet.
Daitora, you are stunned. You need to make another intelligence saving throw.
Oh, dice gods, please. Ha! Not today.
Well,
I'm
Yeah.
ouchie.
yeah, that's gonna be that. Bosch, it is your turn. You've heard the sounds of combat erupt into the room to the north.
Okay. Heard sounds, but haven't seen anything. I will move 5 feet. And I suppose just barely see technically guy?
I mean, if you can see them, you can see them.
And let me kind of jump over Leilani.
They're small.
She's kind of low, yeah.
Yeah.
Vault over her. And let us see. That's enough room. I will rage as I'm running over there.
Damn. Even being the
Let me roll
farthest
that.
person away.
Roll that d10. 5. What does that do? 5 is... Oh, okay. That hits things with force damage when they hit me with an attack. That's that. But yeah, let me reckless attack, the one that's so this one is sucking on Daytura's brain.
Is grappling and kind of wrapping their tentacles around.
Okay. Yeah. Reckless attack, please, as I run through there and stab Lance.
A 14 will actually miss. As you run up with the lance, the Mind Flayer actually whips Daytora's body around to use his armor as a shield. But you have a second attack.
Yes, I do.
Here, stop that.
A 19 will hit.
15. And let's use a charge from the lance.
All right. Damn.
I can re-roll 86.
Uh-huh.
Oh, not great. 8.
How do you want to skewer this kebab? Because that is 1 over what you needed, and you essentially saved Daytora from taking 10d10 damage.
Thank you,
Amazing.
Bosh.
I don't even like this guy. But yeah, said first one hits Daytura's armor. It just kind of like jukes to the side a little bit and kind of like a can opener, just like uses Daytura as leverage to stab inward.
All right, and as you stab forth, the elemental energy of the lance begins to consume and erupt the Mind Flayer's protection as he is sucked back into that moat of blue light. No more in this space.
Can we have a location for the mote of blue light, out of curiosity?
It's just like floating right here.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's my turn.
All right. Aegis, you are stunned.
Yep.
You are still stunned.
Yep.
It is this Mind Flayer turn. The Mind Flayer looks to you, Bosh, and you kind of hear in this watery voice, I assure you, these are not the friends you think they are, and you need to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
This is a charmed effect, so you have advantage, I believe.
Yes, I do. Thank you for that reminder.
Mm-hmm. And a 17 will beat the Dominate Monster spell.
Oh,
Mm.
I mean, that guy's not really my friend, but bless.
It sees this. It doesn't like that. It saw you kick its friend's ass. It's actually going to retreat to this room. Leilani.
alright. Leilani is going to run on in. Let's see the dude down there. Bonus action dash. Ooh, that's still not enough. That's unfortunate. I can't throw my rapier.
Unfortunately. And you don't have a whip like Aegis.
Listen.
The superior weapon.
Truly. Do you have any daggers left?
I don't. I threw them both before and didn't get them back.
Roll me an intelligence check.
No.
9. Yeah, you don't have your daggers.
Then she's just going to take her action to dash as well and get that final little bit up to this Mind Flayer. Behind them, actually.
You hate to see it.
whips around them and kind of points her rapier towards their back and whispers to them.
Is this all the cavalry your people could muster? Where is your pitiful leader?
And that's her turn.
It is Eve's turn.
Okay.
Eve is not stunned.
Oh, this is weird.
Eve is going to hurry out a little bit. Get here in the middle of everyone and play on her viol a sharp song, urging everyone to wake up and be at the ready, and she's going to use the Rod of the Rose to give out 3 bardic inspirations to everyone who's still stunned, which I think is just Virgil, Datura, and Aegis.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And...
Action.
well, I'd have to shoot through people. Although, actually, hang on, let me check something. Okay, Eve is going to also... this... I don't know if this would have any effect, actually. Surely these guys can't take psychic damage.
Shrug. I'm shrugging.
Well, let's find out. Eva's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at this guy.
Alright.
Wisdom save.
Has a 22 do.
Yeah, you know, that's pretty good. It does do half damage, but
Sure.
I don't know. Should I bother rolling that?
I mean, you can roll it if you want to.
Great.
I mean, I like seeing math rocks glitter clatter across the screen. Yeah.
It's great. It's so great. Though there were 2 1s in there.
Hard to tell from this distance, but you swear you saw it flinch.
That's my turn.
Alright. Virgil. Stunned. Another intelligence save.
You have a bardic inspiration.
It's true. Which D8 is that? D8?
D8.
It is possible. Especially when you roll a 7. You are
Yay!
no longer stunned as you end that condition on you. But it's the end of your turn. Datura. You are stunned.
Dice gods, please. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
You might want to save it. You might want to save it. Bosch, you are not stunned and have inspired fear into the Mind Flayer.
Yeah. I was gonna go, well, where are you going, buddy? And run up there.
Mm-hmm.
Close attack.
Because you are so much faster than he thinks you are. Yeah.
26 to hit.
That hits.
This guy hasn't been hit too hard yet. He's just witnessed that fury.
Yes.
But we're gonna add in another charge from the Dragon Tamer Lance.
Sure.
Do. 9.
Ouch.
And I'm gonna give him second poke.
That's
a natural 20.
That's a natural 20, which does a lot of damage because we do perfect crits here. So, right off rip, what is that? 17, 19 points because of rage. Plus crit is 3, so 22. Yeah. No.
Cool. And I will be using a charge from the lance, of course.
Go ahead. Double those dice.
Because obligatory.
Oh,
It's another 13 plus. It's plus 18? We're doing perfect crits?
Yeah,
No.
that just... He's gone.
He was right to fear.
He was correct to fear. Yeah, he also gets sucked into the mode of light as you just demolish the mind flares. They just... Wow. That was bad.
Leilani was getting ready to set up for this attack, and then sees the fucking train coming.
Yep.
Just the one-man wrecking crew known as Bosch Whifflestone.
Choo-choo,
Leilani looks
motherfucker.
very pouty.
Oh, you
think I
didn't
got
say
it.
any for me? Okay. Alright, wow.
Ahead. The stun condition eventually fades from all of those that were still suffering from it. But Aegis, roll an insight check. With advantage from the eye patch. Okay,
Thank
good.
God.
Good eye
That's
patch.
not
With that 18 insight, you can tell that with them pulling on the thread and then immediately being repelled back, it actually snapped the line, and you are no longer connected to the other brain.
Like coming out of this like painful like holding his hand goes up. It's like, wait, it's no longer watching me. I don't have to act happy.
Good, it was creepy as fuck.
Good job.
Says the vampire child.
I'm glad as well, Leilani. Now, matters at hand. We need to get out of here.
Point of order. Had someone looked at the book that was in the room I'm in?
Yes. Aegis saw that one.
That one is the last of the black stabs. A Vajra. That one was quite curious. It showed her running away as Blackstaff Tower was crumbling.
You guys should know that we can. If you open the book, you can talk to him.
Wait,
Well, the book's in here. I'll open it up.
Interesting enough, the illusion sort of plays itself again, but you don't have an illusion of Vajra to speak with.
Oh. Okay, this one, you can't do that. But the first one, he talked to us. Kind of said something about purposely trying to drive people insane who come here, so maybe don't trust them too much.
but that one is clearly different than the other illusions, you would say.
The one in here?
The one in there, or the one that you were talking to?
I mean, actually, Leilani's the one who tried talking to him. That's the only one I think we've tried to talk to.
I'll try talking to a different one then. But before that, have we had any progress with finding a exit?
I wish.
I mean, we didn't get here through a door, so we're probably not going to leave through a door.
You know, the ghostly illusion guy we talked to mentioned something about the current Blackstaff needs to be the one to let us all out, which would present some problems.
Vajra was the last Blackstaff, I recall.
And she's dead. And that illusion didn't seem to have anything we could talk to. Did we just jump into a space that we are now locked into forever? Did they send us in here because they wanted to get rid of us?
I doubt that.
I mean, they did a lot to get the staff.
If they really thought that, why would such a convoluted method? Why not just remove the hand of the one holding the staff?
Mm.
It seems counterproductive, if you ask me.
We found something interesting too. Right, Virgil?
Yeah, that's a word for it.
So, we found me in there, and there's another book that's glowing now too.
Whoa, wait.
Oh, sorry. Not me. Amaranth. Stooth is in there.
We called it.
Nyla Stuhl's daughter and believed echoed version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Show me these books. Walks forward.
Yeah, sure. Check it out.
Are there 2 glowing books in here?
There are 2 glowing books.
So there is one that's named Amaranth, but what about the other one?
You look at the other one. The other one has the name Laurel Silverhand on it.
Laurel Silverhand? And you hear him say that.
Anybody know who that is?
They
Their Blackstaff?
That's
Oh, whoop.
I know that
God, I
pain.
hate this.
I know this pain.
Sorry, I was just being like, Leilani is pissed that Datura was fucking with her.
we met that person actually. She's the Open Lord of Waterdeep. And fun fact, did you know that she's one of the 7 sisters? The 7 daughters of Mistra.
wait. Kind of like taking a moment. shocked a bit. I thought I knew, but clearly there's a lot that I don't about this whole ordeal. Slowly kind of like takes like a gulp as Aegis opens the book up.
You open the book, and you see, similar to the other odd ones out, a vision sort of starts to play. You see Laurel Silverhand wielding the black staff atop this stone pillar / dais, and you can see that she is channeling this silver fire that Eve has talked about through the staff and onto a point in front of her. It's unclear what she is focused on. You can see that there are also two individuals to the left and right of her, also focusing on this point that she is. Go ahead and roll, everyone can roll a perception check to identify those people, because they're a bit closer than other stuff.
Perception, you say?
Mm-hmm. Although it's looking like it's pretty obvious to everyone that the two individuals at their side is Nyla Stulth and Natasha Yaga. All of them seeming to be focusing with intense spellcasting on one point, before eventually there is a blinding flash of light and you see Laurel Silverhand fall to the ground, dead. And the vision ends.
Eve blinks.
I just met with Laura Silverhand.
I saw her too earlier. Is this our future?
To Virgil and Bosch, that line resonates with you for some reason.
But hey, she did the thing! Did you see? The thing that the book mentioned.
Yeah.
Then she died.
Yeah.
And Nyla Stilth and Natasha Yaga, both there. Seems like a very important ritual.
Well, if we could
Wonder.
get out of this, we can just ask him.
Can I see that book for a second?
Aegis turns to you. There you go. Eve.
Thanks, just curious.
Eve closes the book and then reopens it.
The scene plays out again.
While Silverhand is still alive and in view, Eve will be like,
Can you hear us? What are you doing? What is this ritual?
Unfortunately, it seems unresponsive. whatever it is that they are focusing on, either it is too much for them to consider anything else, or it is just a playback of a memory.
That's a bummer.
The scene. Does Silverhand start this incantation and then the other two join, or is it simultaneously all three of them are doing it?
The vision seems to start midway through their chanting.
Okay.
And Silverhand is the only one using the soul fire, right? The other two are not?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll the Arcana check, as well as Aegis can roll Arcana.
Eve guidance.
Oh, thank you. Natural 20.
Just because I can, I will roll that D8 on top of it.
All right, you both
31.
you both got a 31. Yeah, with a 31, you can immediately identify that they are all each focusing on a different spell. And with a 31, you can identify that Laurel Silverhand is casting the greatest banishment spell there ever has been.
Oh.
Like, you don't even know what this spell is. Natasha Yaga seems to be concentrating on the gate spell. And Nyla Stuoth seems to be concentrating on a sort of an illusion spell that seems to be using it as sort of like a wall of sorts, or a cage, maybe.
Does it look at all like when Nistul was with us in the in the red quartz or the black quartz, huh?
It does kind of remind you of that magic a little bit.
Interesting.
It just gets a few chills from this.
Banishment, gate, and an illusory wall of sorts.
This
Good.
is even grander than I imagined.
It's some very impressive magics that they're working here.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, with a 31, you would identify that the spell that Laurel Silverhand is casting would be considered that of 10th level.
Oh, that shouldn't be possible.
It's should be, as long as pointing to when Silverhand falls, the extinguishing of one's life.
Wow. The thing that they're all focusing on. Surely, looks around at everyone. That's gotta be him, right? Something that requires a banishment magic that powerful. Is this what we must do?
Why did only one die?
That one is casting the 10th level spell. The other two aren't.
Magic that powerful hasn't been cast in, well, since Mystra herself forbid it. Oh, but daughters of Mystra, maybe.
It is quite shocking to see that.
This is extremely important information. You see, I told you there would be some great information in here. I think we need to get this out to them.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as possible.
Next question is, how do we get out of here? We need the current Black Staff to give us a way out.
I think we can go now.
Yeah, Eve, you turn to where you know the exit is, and all of you see a door.
Yeah, look, it's over there. Come on, shall we?
Looks at you a bit strangely. It's like you knew that would happen.
Blinks, tilts her head.
I mean, yeah? No? I don't know.
I mean, good that we know this stuff, but I mean we're gonna ask Earl to make this work.
That's a terrible price to ask someone to pay. At the very least, we should make them aware of what price they would be paying. In the end, it's up to them to make the decision.
A sacrifice like that would be a very noble thing indeed. Let's go. Time's of the essence.
Yeah,
And
finally, jeez.
walks into the exit portal.
Alright. You walk out one by one.
On her way out, Eve is going to kind of pat the book with Amaranth's name on it. And be like,
Thanks for the invite. The books were lovely.
before she leaves.
She says you're welcome. She also says, thanks for the donation.
I don't know what she's talking about, do I?
Nope.
Look.
I didn't quite catch that.
You're welcome.
You feel appreciation. Do you walk out the door?
Hesitates for just a moment, but yeah, she does.
Alright. You all leave and wake up back in the infirmary. Jarlaxle exclaims just like, "Oh, finally you're all awake! For a moment I thought Oblodra had blown your minds." Eve, you are not holding the staff anymore.
Clenches and unclenches her fists a little to get her fingers working again.
And both Nyla and Natasha are no longer there.
Where is Miss Nyla Stulf?
Oh,
Jarlaxle?
they went off to begin preparations. I mean, with what your friend Eve has done, did kind of set them back by a couple of hours, but so they wanted to get a head start as soon as they could.
Sorry.
Yes.
We need to talk to him about what we found out in there.
Yes.
Also, Aegis grabs the eye patch and takes it off. I'm free of that influence.
Excellent. Well, as usual, Gamoria, you were right. As I always am, sir.
Appreciations for the help, both of you.
Jarlaxle gives a wide, sweeping bow with his hat, and Gamoriel just stands there.
Extends out an arm to hand back the eye patch.
Jarlaxle takes it and applies it. He thinks about it for a second and applies it to his left eye. Ah, that's better. Well, in any case, they have proceeded to their ritual site or whatever. They were being very hush-hush about it. They said that if you had woken up, that your former contact or whatever would know what was going on or what's not. Grexon or something like that?
Yes.
All a bit interesting for me, but oh well. In any case, I need to speak with, and turns to Virgil, with you about my payment.
Yeah, I need to speak with you as well.
Not to worry, my payment is a simple and a reasonable request. And just like, offer up your hand, please.
Which one you want?
I mean, does it really matter?
Well, it's your payment, so you get to pick.
Palm up, choose your favorite.
Right hand.
Cool. He places a flute in your hand. You are, of course, echoes that are trying to find your way back to your not as doomed world, correct?
Yeah.
Right. But you're still fighting still Havity.
Last we checked.
Right. Well, seeing as how I hate the bastard for placing me down here in this hellhole, show that to my echo, and he will help you.
All right.
Do make sure this never happens. That is my bargain.
Yeah. No problem. I'll die trying to make sure this shit doesn't happen.
Excellent.
What's your favorite bars? I don't know even where to even begin to look.
Oh, a group like you going into Waterdeep? I'll find you.
Alright, now, my side of the conversation, I was followed a little bit.
Oh, that was
along
my
here.
guys, don't worry about it. Just making sure you got here.
Oh,
You certainly gave them the slip with that invisibility.
I didn't
But luckily,
look for
Comorio
a
kept track of you. In any case, I do believe you have somewhere to be.
It is at the door now and is like, well, are y'all coming with me? I'm going to be talking it, or I need to report this information post-haste.
Right. I mean, you have been... Seriously, though, you guys are quite late. You've been asleep for like 4 hours.
Four hours.
Mm-hmm.
How long was I asleep? Just 4 hours?
No, you were asleep for a day and 4 hours or something like that?
Oh,
I don't know.
shite.
Yes, it was a while.
In any case, you should probably get going.
Aegis has left the room by now.
Yeah, let's go,
Sigara
let's go.
follows behind.
And
To take Tia's hand and walk out of the room.
Knew you come back.
It was weird, but we're okay. I'll tell you about it later.
Good. You all hurry off to meet with your contact, Gregson, once again. Approaching him, he looks to you just like, "Hi."
important information, need to bring it to Nylastuth.
Right. Well, they are preparing the ritual site. They had to wait for things to calm down a little bit after your guys' exploits in the city. But apparently that's just where the ley lines apparently fall at the moment. So anyway, the the location that the ritual is taking place is the Temple of Ogma.
Of course.
Right. As you know, right across the street from where you sort of blew things up. But things, from what I've heard, are going smoothly. But they will want all of you, especially if you're clear. Kind of looks at you, Aegis.
Yes. All Eldritch, Elder Brain entities are nowhere to be seen.
Excellent. Well, then I will take you back, I guess. And he whisks you away. And you arrive, and you actually arrive within the Temple of Ogma. Had some scouts make a secure site here. And you can see that you guys have been here recently. The Temple of Ogma is all sorts of broken and jagged, and Virgil, you get a real odd sense of things. Like something, like even though you already know that this is Temple of Ogma, there's still something kind of gnawing at you about where you are.
Sorry, for clarification, we're still in Menzo Berenzan, or we're up on the surface now?
You're on the surface now.
Yeah, we're in the temple that we kind of like.
Oh,
teleport.
I should mention, you guys all did get a short rest.
Oh, thank God!
But but don't worry about the calculations just right now. We're about to end in just a moment. Because Virgil, this place is too familiar. Like something you saw, like something you saw in a dream a long, long time ago.
Oh no.
God damn it! Oh, is that such a fucking callback?
And on that, we're gonna end it.